Today, we are back with our Brain Builder series, and we are on the final episode, episode 4. Today, we'll be specifically focusing on the midbrain, as Becky Bailey also calls it, the puppy brain, always asking if it's safe. It's where our guilt lies, various emotions lie. Specifically today, we'll also be talking about rewards and why rewards are often dangerous for kids in a reward system. We are a society built on rewards, and we're a society that gives kids prizes for doing well and gives various incentives for good behavior. We have clip charts at school. We have various things, and we thrive as a society on this reward and consequence chart, which can be dangerous. And today I'm going to teach you why. This does not necessarily apply for every child. However, it's definitely something to consider, and it definitely applies for any children with trauma. So getting out our brain, we have, once again, we know this, our prefrontal cortex, we have our brainstem, and then today we'll be talking about our midbrain, which is right in here. So this guy looks really small, but he's actually very powerful. Once again, like I said, Becky Bailey calls this the puppy brain, and this is just the part of our brain that's really remorseful and guilty and sad, and it only wants to know, am I safe, am I safe? After a kid tends to have an explosion, so going back, we have our brain like this. Something makes the child mad. They flip their lid. They're acting on their brainstem. And typically when we're working on getting this brought back down, the kids will probably start to function within their midbrain. And this is when we start seeing that, I'm really sorry, I shouldn't have done that. That really guilty feelings. If the child feels remorse, this is usually when they're functioning in the brainstem. And this is the time that we want to hold them and love them. This is not the time that you want to punish them again, because we don't punish the midbrain. We work on talking to the prefrontal cortex. So if this is the sad, remorseful brain, this is when we bring them in and talk to them even more. This is a great opportunity. A quote that I read in a book last night by Dr. Laura Markham, which I highly recommend, is kids cannot act good if they are always told that they're bad. So this is a great time to capitalize on this, is making sure your child knows that the decisions they make do not define who they are. They are not a bad child. The kid in your classroom is not a bad child. They make poor decisions, but they can change. Give them the freedom to change. So going forward, the reason that consequences and reward systems are so dangerous is because it focuses on the midbrain. It reaches to the puppy brain. So kids make a good thing, a good decision, they clip up. At the end of the week, they get to go to the treasure chest. All of this. What they are learning and what we are physically teaching them as a society is, I am acting this way to please this person. I am acting this way to get a reward. I am acting this way, and my behavior is based on another person's emotions, how they perceive me, and how I've pleased them, if it's well or not. The reason that this is so scary is because if we live on this model and we are not incorporating the prefrontal cortex, when they're teenagers or when they're off in college, they're going to be looking to peers. They're going to be looking around saying, who am I looking to please? If you are no longer there to provide them I'm losing my words. If you are no longer there to provide them with the consistency and the routine and all of that, and you have taught them solely that their behavior is based out of how you perceive them in performance, then they are going to be highly likely to seek out peer approval because they have not learned to think on their own. All behaviors are based solely out of pleasing you. So make sure, a way to prevent that is to make sure we're really incorporating our problem solving. So what made you do this? Why? Oh man, I'm proud of you. You can say that, but also, doesn't it feel good? How do you feel about yourself when you act this way? Really working on engaging them in their prefrontal cortex about the decisions. Their decisions should be made here, not out of here. So be careful when you're using those rewards and consequences, and work on really getting into that prefrontal cortex. Have a great day.